What you in for, baby? What's your info? Walking around the city with my eyes closed. What you in for, baby? What's your info? Walking around the city with my eyes closed. What you in for, baby? What's your info? I got the mojo, I got the mojo. I got the mojo, I got the mojo, I got the mojo. Baby, don't hesitate. I will not hesitate. Baby, don't hesitate. Call me all the time. That's a perfect time. You got me shining like a perfect diamond. Call me all the time. That's a perfect time. You got me shining like a perfect diamond. You think you know me? You got me lonely. You think you know me? Let's take it easy. Kick it back to back. Let's take it easy.
Well, hi. Hi. Harlot, you are first. You are first. You might actually be only at the moment, my dude. How you living, though? What's good? Damn. It is Sunday. It is Sunday. It's an especially exciting Sunday for me, guys. Especially exciting Sunday for me. I don't know. I feel like I've been bragging about it for the past couple of weeks, but the time is here. The time is here. I, Coop Velociraptor, am going on a vacation. It's happening tomorrow. I'm going on a vacation tomorrow. Holy shit. I'm excited. And apparently you guys are excited too. All right. Look, Gadget Man, like, go get a drink, bro. Go get one of these. Harlot, you've been making video content. Oh, my dude, I've got you. It's on the same channel, right? On YouTube, on your YouTube channel, Harlot. I've got you subscribed on there, so I'll be able to see that shit when it drops. I should subscribe to more YouTube channels, guys. Speaking of which, if you're watching this on YouTube, huh? Do me a solid. If you're watching this on YouTube. I don't know. You don't have to. Anyway, guys, boy, we have some fun. Today. Yeah, just do that. Just go into the YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know, like, there'll be a button there if you want to click it. Feel free. If you don't want to click it, then that's cool too. Don't even, I'll stop talking about it. You remade your outro screen. Dude, that is Pog. Glad Redis. Yes, all of the hype, my dude. All of the motherfucking hype. Guys, it's a funny weekend. I've been gaming all weekend, Harlot. I've been playing, what have I been playing? I've actually been playing a shit ton of Fortnite, weirdly enough. That's been fun. Get some dubs in a different game. It's always good. And I don't know, it was actually pretty funny. I jumped in a little late last night and I started playing some more Warzone after playing Fortnite, and I don't know, the skills don't really transfer over all that well. The aiming is different. The game Fortnite is definitely a lot slower than Warzone. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I got fucking annihilated. I got fucking annihilated playing Warzone. Like, embarrassingly so. Like, it was bad. And yeah, I was raging, and then funnily enough, like, yeah, this morning, yeah, in Discord, Harlot, you drew my attention to some tweets from Crim6, who is, well, these days celebrated as probably the best Call of Duty player in the world. I don't think it's an overstatement to you know, declare that. And Crim6 is there on Twitter bitching about, you know, shotguns, which is something, which is something that you know, you could see from someone like me. some you know, some regular dude who's good but not great at COD would easily be on Twitter bitching about shotguns, or bitching about SMGs, or bitching about snipers. Like, for me last night, it was snipers. The snipers just kept on getting me. I don't know. I'd been drinking. I kept on running out in the open. Like, it's what happens, guys. But yeah, my point is this: we get to points, guys, where I guess a video game or something in life is going to frustrate the fuck out of us. It'll be a challenge. It'll be something we can't we can't overcome. Sometimes it's valid. Some, you know, to be honest with you, I think that he definitely had just taken. I wasn't watching a stream or anything, but I think he definitely had just taken a few L's playing Warzone last night, and then takes to Twitter and goes, fuck shotguns. And why wouldn't you? If you're constantly getting nailed, then yeah. For me, I could have easily taken to Twitter and said, fuck snipers. Is it right for me to want snipers out of the game? No, sniping's fun. And as I said, Crim6, being an esports athlete, he makes some valid points about using a shotgun in Call of Duty. Aiming isn't really a thing, but that's what makes it so pog for close quarters combat. So I'm not gonna get into an argument with anybody about whether there's much skill involved in using a shotgun, but it is smart. And you'll often find me, if I've got one handy, I'm going to raid close quarters and rush somebody with a shotgun. And it's no different to Crim6, rushing somebody with his SMG. Really, it isn't. Aside from, maybe a little bit of a difference in the aim requirement. But, there's plenty of dudes out there with SMGs in Call of Duty, and they just spray the fuck out of people. They're not aiming at shit. So, yeah, I mean, that's an argument that anybody can have. But really what it comes down to is this: just accept sometimes you have a bad day, and sometimes people are going to have more fun than you. I don't think it's, worthwhile just jumping on everything else, guys. Really, I don't. Anyway, that's my TED talk for today. Yeah, responding to, tweets from esports athletes, apparently. But I don't know, that's just what I was thinking about when we came live, guys. Well, hello, Care Best Air. How you doing? Comaligu, Raptor Nation, yes, absolutely, hashtag Raptor Nation. I love it, Guys, I love all of you. Look at you guys go. Am I going to make Velociraptor noises again? No, we're drinking very carefully, very responsibly. And as always, guys, I say drinking, not drunk. Ever. Yeah, C4 sucks. Fuck C4. Henzo the Weirdo, how you doing, my guy? Damn, Henzo, I haven't seen you. Oh, actually, I haven't seen you since probably last week. But, weeks feel like a long time. Let's get my shout out stuff going. Because I'm going to be doing that in a second anyway. Guys, make sure you check out this dude. He's a pretty good looking fellow. Hanzo, you're streaming later, aren't you? I think I saw some pretty sexy promotion going on my socials. Something about some guy called Henzo the Weirdo streaming tonight, doing some Resident Evil 7. Make sure you guys go check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will have missed it. But seriously, the guy's on YouTube too. When you're done subscribing to me, go and check out Henzo the Weirdo on YouTube, guys, and give him a sub. Oh boy. Well, guys, we do actually have a podcast to do today, would you believe? So as much as I'm sure you guys love me ranting, I'm gonna get on with it. We're gonna get good. We're gonna actually start podcasting. So let's bring them in. They're still there. They haven't gone to sleep. They haven't gone to sleep. Okay,
It
let's.
looks like it's comfy. Its sound quality good.
Well, hi, podcast. How are you?
Howdy.
Good. How are you doing, Coop?
Oh well, I just got through a rant, so you know, I'm pretty satisfied now. Pretty satisfied now, guys. Oh, bro. Okay, so folks, here we are in the Raptor Pen, and we're all frozen. Everyone, be frozen. Yeah, please, Dad. No, seriously, Branch, you are frozen. That's why I did that. Oh boy. But yes, so returning once again, yes, we have Gildedbranch. We had so much fun with you a couple of weeks ago, dude. I couldn't not have you back. Now, just remind us who exactly you are, just in case someone missed it, or if someone is fresh this week.
I am, as Coop said, Gildedbranch. Been gaming for many years, and then recently watched a couple of streamers started getting the idea. Oh, I can have a go at that, and started streaming all my love of like retro games, like old Zelda games, N64 games, that kind of thing, and then took a step up and went to some horrors and survivals like Dark Souls, Forest, that kind of thing.
Oh.
Joined a few Discords and started talking to people, networking, and found the wonderful Serena and Coop.
Bada bing, bada boom. Funny how it all comes together, my guy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
And guys, I'm not sure that I have thrown enough hype out there for this dude. I have watched this man play Dark Souls, and here's the thing: nobody is great at that game. The point of Dark Souls is to just make you, just turn you into the biggest piece of shit player, right? And he's not going to accept me giving him over the top, hype. So here's what I'm going to say: he is not bad at Dark Souls 2. He's actually a very, very capable player. And when, anybody that has played that game knows, if someone's not shit at it, means they're actually pretty fucking pog. All right? So everybody give a great Raptor Nation welcome to those dudes. What do we got? Look, Short Sleeve is here. Oh, thanks, my guy. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Short Sleeve.
He's
Short Sleeve.
I was about to be like, do we have a mod in chat? We do. Thank you. And yes, he's already on the old shout out trigger for our other guest here in the Raptor Pen this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, or whenever you're watching this on YouTube. For me, it's afternoon, okay? But yes, right here, as always, rocking a pretty amazing hoodie. Holy shit. It's EpicSsrenna. How are you today, girl?
I am doing fantastic. I'm actually not tired for once. Usually I'm really tired, but I'm actually wide awake.
Did you hit the pre-workout or something?
No, I've actually just been really busy those past couple weeks.
Oh, you have. Actually, yes. You have released, I don't know, I've lost count of how many songs came out this week from you.
So many.
Now, what was it? What Do You Want? I was listening to today. That's what it's called, isn't it? It's called What Do You Want? Yes. Absolute pog track, guys. What Do You Want? Yeah, there were a couple of others. Banger was actually a pretty fucking rave beat. Yeah. But yeah, What Do You Want? I don't know. It was stuck in my head. I nearly played it at the start of the stream and the podcast. Reason why I did, I don't know, I was a bit disorganized, so I left the Coop song playing. But yeah, guys, another YouTube. If you're here on YouTube and you're watching this, it's super easy for you to find these things. EpicSsrenna on YouTube. Make sure you go check her out. She's, I don't know, you're churning out all this music, girl. And I know in the background, that's not all that you're working on. You're doing a lot. I don't know how you find time to breathe, to be honest with you. It's amazing. But yeah, no wonder you're not tired. You're clearly a machine. But yeah, welcome back. Super excited to have you back on the podcast and back in the Raptor Pen, Srenna, honestly. Guys.
It's fantastic to be back.
Yes, 100%. Now, speaking of being back and people being back, let's just jump right into probably the fourth topic on our little agenda today, because, I never go through these things in order. Ninja. Tyler Ninja Blevins is back on Twitch. Oh my fucking god. I can't believe it's happened. I can't, guys. Now, did you see the news? Where were you when the announcement was dropped, and how hard did your jaw hit the floor?
Oh, I saw it on Twitch Twitter when he made a couple posts. I actually have what he actually said in his tweets when he tweeted them before everything became official. So Ninja actually tweeted. He said a new chapter only on Twitch, and he put a little video, right? And then with a follow-up tweet, he put, "What can I purple suits me?" And that just got a lot of the hype going right there, and everyone just went off. Like, just hearing that he's back is fantastic. It's fantastic to have such an amazing creator like come back to the platform where he started, you know?
Yeah, Branch, like, I don't know. I've been reading a lot, and I've been watching a lot. A lot of people have covered this, obviously, because you're talking about one of the biggest streamers in the world. We were talking about this not so long ago, though. I think it didn't really make sense for him to come back to Twitch, did it?
When he left Twitch, there was so much obviously controversy and stuff that they apparently did to his account and showed on his account and stuff that he literally boycotted them. But he's huge. He could have gone anywhere. Why is he back on Twitch? I mean, it's great. He's a great content creator. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but he's up there. He knows how to hype fans up. He knows how to get what he wants. And he's a great player. But why Twitch? Why is he back on Twitch?
Yeah, well, and that's what I mean, a lot of folks, myself included, actually, when I really look at where Ninja's at, and where his YouTube account is at, what his brand is currently doing, it actually did make more sense for him to stream on YouTube. And actually, when you analyze his I don't know, statistics are boring, guys. Let's say it as it is. But when you actually do look at his viewer numbers and everything, his unannounced YouTube stream pulled in 35,000 more average viewers than his announced Twitch stream did. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra people watching the dude on YouTube. And then, yeah, of course, YouTube do have that ability where, you're also making, extra content and videos and everything and dropping them there. A lot of his biggest streams on, Twitch have turned into just literally videos that he's dropped on YouTube, and they've gone off on there. Yeah, and we know this, guys. Twitch weren't really in a spot where they needed to shell out money for him. They've spent a lot of money already on bringing in, a whole bunch of other people. So yeah, I just can't imagine that Twitch have fronted a lot of money to him to say, okay, come and stream for us exclusively. I don't know, potentially YouTube didn't offer anything, we don't know, but yeah, it's just like a little bit of a head scratcher from a business perspective.
I mean, honestly, it's interesting that he came back to Twitch versus YouTube. Honestly, I thought he was going to stick with YouTube because, like you said, he did so well on YouTube with his unannounced stream. Like, so many people tuned in for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a little bit weird to see him back, but, like, at the same time, it's great to see someone like that back on the platform.
Yeah, well, there was obviously a hatchet to be buried there, wasn't there? Like, it wasn't like a cool exit. When he did go to Mixer, there was some shit that happened.
Yeah, that wasn't great for. I don't know whether it was Twitch or whether it was. They claimed it was like an algorithm that shows high up people, but it happened to no one else's profile, no other sort of high profile streamers. But when he went to Mixer, I believe he got like 1 million followers in 3 days, Which is like, that is an
geez.
insane number.
Yeah.
And then obviously Mixer invested a ton of money in them. A month later, they're gone. They just disappeared into the ether. And then not so long after, and he's straight back to Twitch. I mean, they've offered him, from what I was reading, it says 3 to 5 years exclusivity.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a little bit like from what I've been reading, there's no real specifics or anything like that. It's just the language they use suggests that it's an exclusive deal.
Well, Twitch, even for like small streamers, like you guys will know, you have to, as soon as you're affiliated, you have to be exclusive. You can't. Well, you're not supposed to stream to several platforms at once. The first hour, it has to be Twitch only. Then you can upload to Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But
yeah, that's exactly
his will
right.
obviously be a lot more involved.
So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you just don't already know this, guys. So I think everyone here is a Twitch affiliate. Am I correct in? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Affiliate club. Woo. Anyway, so so yeah, for Twitch affiliates, the life we live is this. Yeah. Once you're an affiliate, Twitch don't like you streaming on other platforms. So you do risk being caught, streaming elsewhere. And if you do, or streaming on Twitch and then other platforms, and if you do that, they tend to revoke your, affiliate-ness. And that has happened before with folks using things like Restream.io and stuff like that. Yeah. So, word of warning if ever you were thinking of doing that, because I get it, site embedding and stuff like that would accomplish the same thing. But yeah, I get it. Like, you want to rack in more viewers or whatever. Yeah, you get that, you get that temptation, I guess, to then also stream a crossover on, YouTube and Facebook. That's a thing. People stream on Facebook. Is anyone on there to watch it? I'm not sure, but yeah, not a good idea, guys. Highly recommend against it if anyone's thinking. But yeah, actually, there's like a couple of things I want to talk about on the back of this. One of them sort of, they're related to the same streamer. One of them sort of hops on a conspiracy theory. So I really want to, throw this out there. I want to say this, right? This is a conspiracy theory. This is, some Redditors and some tweeters just, spurning something off. But it is kind of funny. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. So there are some folks out there pointing out, of course, the fact that Dr. Disrespect was permanently banned off the Twitch platform. And then off the back of that, we've still been given no confirmation of a reason as to why that's happened. And then, a little bit down the track, we've had both Shroud and Ninja, after, Mixer closing down, have then re-signed back over to Twitch. So, the theory goes, well, that, Twitch have dropped Doc, so to clear up some cash in the bank to pay Shroud and Ninja again. Thoughts on that one?
Honestly, that's actually what I was thinking today. So you're actually not too far off from what I was actually thinking. I was actually mentioning it to Justin about my whole thought process on that, because I was thinking it's weird that they wouldn't bring him back, but they would bring the other two back. Since Doc was such a huge streamer on Twitch. And since everything just kind of like disappeared all at once, and like you said, we don't know what happened, so it's leaving a lot of people to speculate and leaving people to theorize about things like this.
Absolutely. Branch, what do you think?
Like you alluded to before, and I mentioned, like, it wasn't by any means a clean break when he did leave. So we don't know the reasons behind Doc's disrespect, but it can't have been that bad. They've welcomed him back, kind of thing, with open arms. He was streaming just this morning. I tuned in for a little bit before the show, and his numbers are still way up there, like ridiculous. But to have it, yeah, I didn't actually consider that. I didn't think about it, but I think on the surface of it, I was hearing it for the first time. You could be like, might be wrong, but it does sound plausible. Certainly plausible.
Yeah, want to point out, not my theory. I don't take credit for it. Like I said, just something that appears in recurring comments in Reddit threads and Twitch threads. So I don't know. I was just like, huh. Yeah, it's really interesting. And then off the back of that, guys, what we did actually, while we're talking about Doc, and like I said, the other thing I just wanted to sort of mention off the back of this is, so Doc has actually appeared in a couple of streams this week. So specifically, Nadeshot was playing some Warzone with Dr. Disrespect on stream. Now, why do we give a fuck about that? Well, supposedly as part of Twitch's, ban enforcement, a permanently banned streamer on Twitch isn't actually allowed to appear on, their own channel or anybody else's channel. And in the past, some decent-sized streamers have, seen some punishment for allowing, permanently banned streamers to appear on their stream or, have a Discord call with them or play some games with them. And yeah, it was obviously a talking point. I think we covered this actually a few weeks ago, didn't we? Where Doc was kind of stranded out on YouTube, seemingly with, PewDiePie and Valkyrie, and that was about it. So all of a sudden he appears on Nadeshot's stream, playing Call of Duty with Nadeshot. And, well, as at the date of, right now, at the date of this podcast, I don't know, if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe something else has happened since. But right now, Nadeshot still received nothing in terms of a punishment or ban or anything.
That's interesting, though.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know that he'd been,
That is
back
very
on Twitch,
interesting.
albeit in someone else's channel, but, it's one of the biggest things in the, TOS that, who can and can't appear and stuff, and, yeah, it's clear as day not to have them. Yeah.
And yeah, all of the yikes is right. But what I think was just boss. Nadeshot actually did respond to someone querying the move in chat. So obviously, a lot of folks watch Nadeshot, one of the biggest Call of Duty players there is. Definitely the biggest Call of Duty streamer, I would say. But so obviously people are in chat pointing out to Nadeshot that, hey, you shouldn't have Doc in this game. What are you doing? And yeah, he just seriously, he just straight up looked at the camera. He's like, bruh, what are they gonna do? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy, yeah. It was very satisfying to watch. And well, I don't know. Sometimes though, guys, these things do take a little time to eventuate. Case in point, also this week, just while we're talking about other people's streams, I guess, Destiny, not a dude that, I follow or anything like that, but Destiny's actually having his partnership removed or revoked. He's been advised, but it doesn't come into effect until the end of the month, apparently. So, not being banned, but just having his partnership revoked. And that's
Do you know why his partnership's getting revoked?
Yes, it's happening off the back of just a comment he made on stream. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to get banned. Right. But yeah, it was it allegedly contained violent content or whatever. So and it was in response to the riots and everything that's going on in the United States. So yeah. My boy, Destiny, not banned, as I said, just getting his little purple tick removed. So that's the thing. And that, like I said, he's obviously aware of that now, and I'm not telling anybody anything that, is confidential or anything like that, because he's actually, made his own fan base aware of it. So, Destiny losing his partnership doesn't come into effect until a month from now. Same sort of deal maybe with Nadeshot. Maybe, potentially. I hope not. But, yeah, sometimes they move a little bit slowly on these things. Is my point.
We might see something about that next week. Everything's taking longer with current world situations and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
We might hear some things.
I think,
going forward?
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to cover this Destiny story too much, but Twitch's moderation team definitely have their hands full at the moment. They're still issuing out permanent bans on streamers who had been accused and found guilty of, sexual assault and grooming minors and both in some cases. So that's still happening. Like we did see some immediate, like off the cuff, like bam, 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 like people banned. But yeah, there's still more coming through off the back of that. Like we got folks who are covering this. I don't follow it all that closely myself. I really just use the secondhand information of people who are covering the issue. What we get to learn from that is the permanent ban bot on Twitter is picking up these bans. People are actually going in and investigating the streamers concerned and finding, oh yeah, look, here we go. They were accused of this and they admitted to it here. And so yeah, obviously, as I said, Twitch's moderation team are just getting through what is obviously a backlog of those complaints and those cases, and still dealing out the bans. And what has it been? It's been like 2 months, I think, since the big Me Too movement sort of hit our platform. Yes, so that's still happening. I guess, while they're busy doing that, maybe that's causing a bit of a delay, banning other things. Maybe.
I'm sure we'll hear soon enough about that, definitely. It's not something that, obviously, with him acknowledging it as well, it's not something that's going to go under the radar.
Yes, absolutely.
It's pretty much called them out. He's like, come at me, bro.
Yeah. Well, someone who definitely doesn't go under the radar is Ninja. So, again, I want to reiterate just how fucking excited I am to have him back. For me, personally, as I said, bit of a Ninja fanboy myself. Do I religiously watch his streams? No, but he's like for me, an OG streamer that I like just sort of followed and watched before I was streaming myself. Do I say that he inspired me? No, my streams are nothing like his. But yeah, I do say the dude's obviously poggers. I think I saw Henzo say in chat a little bit earlier. He is the daddy, right? There's no dispute. He's a guy that's paved the way for so many others. Doing what we do. So for me, like I said, it doesn't make sense business wise, but it is actually something that I'm very happy with. It takes me back to in the NFL with another idol of mine, Tom Brady, right? I would have loved for Tom Brady to stay with the New England Patriots. That would have just been the thing I wanted. But from a business perspective for him, it never made any sense for him to hang around. So there he is in Tampa Bay, and he'll probably win a Super Bowl there with everything they've got around him. Same sort of deal with Ninja. Didn't make any business sense for him to come back to Twitch, but it is something that everybody loves. Everyone's happy. You've got that nostalgia and everything like that. There he is. He's back on Twitch. So absolutely hyped for that. And yeah, keen to catch up with him. Well, it's not like he's going to jump in here or anything, but keen to catch up with him on his streams.
That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Oh, wouldn't it? Hey, Ninja. Feel free to come and join us one weekend, bro.
We were saying like 2 weeks ago, we touched on like kind of mascots of like Xbox, Sega, all that kind of thing. He's arguably the face of Twitch for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
He was like, his brand over Twitch was just like, it overtook everybody.
But, like, there are a lot of people that if it wasn't for Ninja, they wouldn't have known what Twitch was. Because, remember, like, he showed up in mainstream media because he was, like, seemingly an overnight sensation. But, of course, we know that's not true. But yeah, to the casual folk, to the mainstream and everything like that, he just appears and he's like, got blue hair and he's playing video games and he's making all this money and everything. And it's just super crazy and cool. And it's like, oh yeah, like he became an overnight sensation on Twitch. And folks be like, what's Twitch? And then, yeah, obviously they go down that rabbit hole. So yeah, obviously has created a lot of exposure for Twitch as a platform, created more of a casual audience. Obviously just chatting is now like the biggest category on Twitch, I think, maybe, if you know, one of easily.
Definitely.
And reason for that is because we have like such a larger casual audience coming in and watching, and you know, they don't always want to be watching video games, do they? So yeah, there it is. As I said, super excited to see Ninja back. Now, a game that Ninja is actually also a face of, you could say, arguably, is Fortnite. And, well, Fortnite, yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. We've had some further updates on the, dare I call it, the epic battle. Oh god, okay, I'm just gonna go and crawl in a hole and die. But no, okay, so those living under a rock, if you don't know, there is an ongoing saga between Apple and Epic Games. How did it start? Well, quick recap. Apple take a huge amount of money out of in-app purchases, you know, on their platforms and, you know, through their store and everything like that. Epic got sick of it. They decided that they would bypass the the actual, you know, the pay take that Apple had in place. They got caught for that, and Apple removed Fortnite off the App Store. Same thing happened on Google, but yeah, for some reason the big fight is with Apple. So yeah, Epic have, you know, there's been some back and forth. Epic responded with a crazy awesome trailer. You know, Apple responded by saying, well, guess what? We're banning your hardware off of, oh, not your hardware, your software off of our hardware. So, yeah. We've had a further update though. The courts have ruled. Branch, actually, I think you covered this yourself. Am I right? Did you want to go through the update?
Say that again. Sorry, 1 second. I cut out for a second.
Oh, you're good. No, I was just saying. So we had a further update with the court ruling this week. You covered that, correct? Did you want to go through it?
I did. Some of you know I don't stream, but I play Fortnite religiously, like all the time. And what it is, they went to the court. Obviously, Apple with Coop saying they said you're not having your software on our hardware. Now, Epic was saying you've irreplaceably damaged Fortnite's reputation, Epic's reputation, blah, blah, by banning it. So what Apple did was say, yes, we're going to stop the Unreal Engine and all your developer tools. Now, the court ruled that Epic Games, which is what runs Fortnite and some similar, is they intentionally started this fiasco just before the new season to try and like force their hand because they had the power, if you will. Now, Fortnite isn't gone from all Apple and stuff, but they can't update, they can't play any new content. But the other company is Epic International. That's what deals with the developer tools, the Unreal Engine that they use. So they've basically turned around and said, that is not the company you've got fault with. You've got fault with Epic Games. They intentionally did it as a play for power. So yes, you can. We've put a temporary stop on it. I can't think of the word, sorry. But they've put a temporary stop on it while they get another court date. But they've said, Epic International, you've been powerful with them for years. It will damage multitude of companies. There's loads of companies that use Unreal Engine. And if you basically ban their tools, you're doing yourself over in the end of the day. And there's already several companies that have stopped using the Unreal Engine just as a precaution, and they're trying to outsource to find different ways of making their software in their games. But,
well, wouldn't you?
so yeah, they've got another further court date for Epic Games, but Epic International, they've been told, leave them well enough alone. Same name, different company. I'm sorry for my stuttering. I just had this molly and it's bloody. I wasn't expecting it to be the sourest thing on earth.
Oh, it's oh man, it's absolutely massive. Like as soon as it didn't even have to be a viable thing. Like all Apple had to do, and this is a scary thing. Just quickly, guys, I've just spotted something. Kalu, sorry, this is 9 minutes ago. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Raptor Nation. Appreciate you. And also, Henzo, I saw that you did host. I should acknowledge that too, dude. Thank you very much. Yeah, but coming back to this deal, guys. All Apple actually had to do was flex. They didn't actually have to be successful or anything. They just had to say, okay, well, look, here's the thing. Unreal Engine, guess what? Not going on our hardware. And then, boom. If you are just any developer, you're probably gonna steer clear of Unreal Engine. Why? Because, well, making a game is actually very expensive, guys. So if there is even a slight risk that a game sort of being developed or developed on the engine that you're going to use is then not going to work on even a portion of your target market, you're probably going to look for other options. That's just what you would do. That's smart business sense. So obviously that has an impact then on, those guys. And then, as you pointed out, has a huge impact on Epic. Both sort of sides of Epic. So absolutely crazy. Srenna, what did you think about it all?
I just think the whole thing's crazy in general for how it started and how it escalated through this whole situation. Like this whole situation could have been avoided, like in general. But with how far it's escalating, like I honestly don't know what to think of this whole situation because I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not like huge into Fortnite, if that makes sense. And I'm not also like an Apple owner, so I'm not huge into Apple either. I'm more into like the Google Play side of things. But just the dispute between the whole thing, like I said, it could have been avoided the whole situation before it even got to the whole lawsuit thing, before they decide to battle it out for the whole platform, if you want to say.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? I mean, you can see merit to the Epic side of things. Apple definitely monopolized their market. They, heavily control what does and doesn't go on. And the things that do go on, they take a slice of. And turns out it's something crazy. What did we say? It was like a 30% hit on transactions.
So yeah, it was the 30% hit that they take every time a app has been purchased, or a transaction, I should say.
An in-app transaction is issued. Yeah, like imagine that. Like, every time someone spends $1 on, I don't know, something in an app. Like, and I think we were saying this a little while ago. Like, say Pokemon Go. If you bought something in the Pokemon Go store, so you spend $1, 30% of that is going to Apple. So I don't know, because I really like Niantic as a developer. I think that theirs is just an amazing story. So I don't know, it does bug me knowing, if you are buying things in the Pokemon Go store, you think that it's going to support Niantic, but really a decent chunk is coming out of that and just going, straight to the company that, well, look, as an Apple owner, I can tell you this, overcharged you for your iPhone or your Apple MacBook or, your iMac, whatever it might be. You definitely pay more than what you ought to for a computer if you want one of those computers. And that's fine, if you're like me and you do just sort of like the setup and the interface and everything. But yeah, it does bug me that then, once you've paid that, they're taking a slice out of other things as well. So I get the merit to all of that. I guess from the Apple side of things, they would simply just approach us and say, yeah, well, look, we have terms of service. You agreed to those terms of service, and you broke the terms of service. So you know what? If you do want your game and everything back up on our platform, then look, you can follow the terms of service, or it's not coming back up. Like, it's obviously like it's really interesting because I think this is going to turn into, what the Joker from Batman would call an unstoppable force hitting an immovable object. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Maybe it benefits gamers. Maybe I don't know. In the interim, it certainly hurts MOBA gamers.
Oh, it definitely does. I know that with the whole Google thing, you know how it got removed off the Google Play. Well,
Mhm.
on Android, right? Because I have an Android. There's another thing that you can get into that you can access third-party apps, and you can access Fortnite from it, but you can't get all like the updates and everything like you were saying before. Like you can get it, but it's not going to have everything to what it should have. Like it needs those updates and stuff to keep it running smoothly. And without all those updates, people won't be able to play it correctly, and they won't be able to do all the contests and everything that they have going on, and the new skins. And it takes away a lot for the gamers.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
man. Yeah.
Fortnite are really flexing on it as well. Like, obviously, with being a player, the new season released about 3 weeks ago ish.
Yep.
And the amount of content they have put out just in the last 3 weeks compared to when previous new seasons have come out is like absolutely phenomenal. They've like pretty much overhauled like 50% of the map. There's so many skins. There's the Marvel crossover. There's
Oh, yeah.
superpowers.
Mhm.
There's like Galactus is coming in, and you can buy skins. You can, for the first time ever, you can fully customize your hero. You can choose each bit of the outfit, the color of it, the style of it, the shape of it, your hair. They've pushed out so much more content in the last 3 weeks than they have in years.
Arguably,
So they're really
yeah. Oh,
pushing.
they've got their shit together for sure.
Yeah.
Arguably, they had to though. And you know, aside from this Apple thing, there's definitely a lot more competition popping up. You know, think about Hyperscape. Is quietly gaining some momentum, right? And who developed Hyperscape? Was it Ubisoft? You know, it was one of those larger sort of AAA developers developed Hyperscape. You've got Valorant, obviously, is becoming very big. Direct threat to Fortnite, not so much, but gamers are obviously going over to Valorant who would otherwise be playing Fortnite. You know, think about Cloaksy, for instance, is the one that immediately comes to mind. Oh, she heard Cloaksy and she's like, all right, I'm out. But yeah, so they have to stay relevant. Look at what Fortnite did to PUBG. PUBG still has its players and everything like that. PUBG was taking off until Fortnite came along, right? Fortnite doesn't want to let somebody else do what it did to PUBG. So yeah, and I mean, a lot of folks are copying the battle royale format too. She looks like she's back in. There you go.
Perfect.
Hey, howdy,
Sorry,
hey.
my internet was dropping really bad. I've had a really bad internet the past couple of weeks.
Oh yikes! I empathise with that completely. I live in Australia, so.
So you understand my pain.
Well, I don't know. Do you plug your ADSL? No, it's not an ADSL cable anymore. It used to be, but no. Do you plug your your internet cable into Potato, and the Potato like reroutes the the connection? Do you do that?
I think so.
Because that's how Australian internet works. We have Potato internet.
It's always a fun time having potato internet.
You're just like, I don't know if yours is better or worse than mine, but that sounds ridiculous. But yeah, no, we were just talking a bit more about Fortnite, and actually, I got to look at the new map last night. Actually, I played it properly. I don't know, it's pretty pog. I think a lot of people got a bit pissy about the underwater thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the underwater thing?
So, well, Branch, do you want to take this one?
Basically, there was this point in the center of like dead in the center of the map called the Authority, and there was kind of an overlying storyline, like an overarch, that these like spy agents were kind of, the big storm that comes in on battle royale games and like forces you to get closer and closer. They were trying to like combat the storm to stop it, and they had a huge event, big movies. You could join in, you could fly around. There was no PvP, and it was a really intense, cool event. And there was so much speculation. There was like people diving into code, finding underwater cities of Atlantis, and this boat that was slowly moving further and further towards the dam and all that kind of thing. There was so many like cool things that were going to happen, and they were code found for it and hyped up for everything. And then when it happened, the event, fantastic, can't fault it. And it literally just blew the storm away. But then it literally, the be all and end all of it was the storm was replaced by a wall of water. That was it. And then
Oh wow.
where there was a huge section of map, there was like, it looked really cool the first time you dived in, you're falling through the sky, battle royales. There's this huge, like, I guess, crater or maelstrom in the water with an underwater city. But you go there is nothing. It's just like minimal design, a couple of sand houses, a couple of chests, that's it. There's nothing there, no lore, nothing to go on with. And the entire season all led up to that. And absolutely nothing happened, bar you got an Aquaman skin. That was it.
Yeah.
So it was a really poor culmination of events. But then with this one, they absolutely blew it out of the water.
Pun. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so you're just like, oh, I hate you, Coop. But no, you're absolutely right. I don't know. Marvel's always going to, sell tickets, so to speak, right? But what was really, really smart about them, getting whatever deal they got is that's exactly where their market is. They do have like younger players, is what I'd say. Having it's Iron Man at the moment, actually, that's the in-game event sort of deal. So having Iron Man in there is just like absolutely pog. Really appeals to that market, and it also appeals to like players like me, for instance. I like Iron Man. So of course I'm gonna go in and like try and get the power ups there and everything whenever I play.
Yes.
Hmm.
One thing they did know.
So they're just power ups. It's not a suit.
Yeah, you can unlock his full suit and his outfit and stuff, but you can also, like, if you kill Iron Man, you get his hand lasers, his chest lasers, the ability to do like a not fly, but a huge leap like across buildings.
Is he like a boss in the game then?
His AI is a lot better, and he has a stronger shield, but you can take him down like solo.
Yeah.
And I'm not a great player by any means. I get killed by like much younger people constantly. But something they do need like a quick kudos shout out for is Black Panther, Boseman. Before they dropped the Stark Enterprises, if you will, they dropped a small section of Ireland, and it's just a huge tribute to Black Panther with the actual statue of Black Panther in Wakanda has been dropped in the middle of the map. It's there, you can visit it, and you get like achievements for it and stuff. There's always decent like
that's really cool.
and loot there, so they've done a nice little shout out to him, I guess.
Yeah, they have been going nuts with adding new content to their game.
Yes.
It's been driving me a little bit crazy because seemingly whenever I've gone to play it again, I've had like a 12 gigabyte update that I've had to install before I can play, like download and install before I can play it again. Oh boy, it's that illustrates how much I do play it compared to other games like Warzone and whatnot. But also, it does illustrate, like, I don't play it that far apart. It might be a week or two before I play it again, right? So they are definitely moving really quickly with rolling out, new updates and patches and everything for the game to, sort of keep it fresh and keep it relevant. And as I said, I think that they need to, because, of course, Battle Royale feels like everyone's getting in on it. You would argue that even Fall Guys has sort of eaten into that market a bit. Everybody's playing Fall Guys, myself included, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One other thing that kind of links him is Ninja has said he won't play Fortnite again. So they need to, like, with him back as well, they need to keep pushing content and stuff to keep it up there.
Oh, yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because seemingly they're content creators and everyone like that, like the big guys, they really did sort of jump away from it after they started supporting Fortnite as an esport. Is it just me that has noticed that? Like, the likes of Tfue and Cloaksy and Ninja, like, they were really at their heights. you know, behind the game and really just, you know, synonymous with the game. Back when, you know, events were, and, you know, esports and everything like that around Fortnite were community run. Like you think about like the Keemstar Fortnite Fridays and things like that. You know, the TwitchCon duos tournaments, like all of those sorts of things. You know, those are like real sort of highlights where those guys really shone. It goes without saying. But yeah, when, you know, Fortnite sort of, like Epic, should I say, they came in, they started supporting that side of their game. They held, you know, World Cup, you know, championship. They now hold like competitions and everything like that. They sponsor, you know, there was this the summer series and everything. Seemingly around that time when things started coming through, that they were doing to support the game, that is really when a lot of those big guys did, like you can see the timeline. They did start to walk away at that point. It's weird because you would almost expect it to have the opposite effect, wouldn't you?
Of course, especially with all the new stuff they're dropping right now, you would think that they'd be playing it.
Yeah, well, you know, those guys did jump in and stream the water event. I know, and I think but then they did that, and then they went back in again after. Like, it's really weird. But as you say, there is still plenty of content creators playing Fortnite. I'm sure if you go to Twitch right now, Fortnite will easily have thousands and thousands of viewers in the category. It's still a very saturated game streaming wise. We streamers, we refer to games as saturated when there's just a lot of people streaming it. And that's kind of my point. Yeah, it's not like, I wouldn't say that it's dying, but yeah, I think to stop it from dying, Epic do need to keep doing what they're doing at the moment, and what they're doing at the moment is poggers. Like they're smashing it, I would say. But yeah, any more on the Epic versus Apple situation, guys? Does anyone have any predictions or anything?
It's hard to say because I think it literally is going to be, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, like you say, unstoppable force and immovable object. Neither one is showing, like, literally even an inkling of backing down at this point. I mean, they've got another court date at the end of September, so I presume we'll hear more in a couple of weeks. But obviously, we can't do anything other than wait and speculate.
Yep. At least we're getting information on this story. It's not like the Doctor Disrespect thing where all we can do is speculate. Like, yeah, we can just we get like an update and then we go, oh, what's going to happen next? And yeah. I honestly don't know. We've never seen anything like this, right? You know, you go back to like, because you know, video games actually, in the grand scheme of things, they're not very old. You know, traditionally, if you would actually develop games to sell hardware. You know, thinking back to Atari, Nintendo, Sega, like those guys, right? They would develop a gaming console, and then they would develop games off the back of it so that people would want to play games. And to play the games, you would have to buy the console. Like that's how that all worked. It's weird now. PC gaming has definitely you know, sort of revolutionized that a little bit. But yeah, obviously then you have like, you know, MOBA gaming taking off the way it has and everything like that. It's just made it a completely different kind of storm. So yeah, you can't just predict that, you know, something's going to go a certain way because based on, you know, what's happened in the past, because where we're at the moment hasn't happened before in gaming. So it's very exciting from that sense. But yeah, at the same time, gets you a little bit nervous, doesn't it? Like, what are the ramifications of this?
It's a bold move, that's all I can say. It's a bold move, and we'll have to see whether it pays off.
When you think about it, Epic would be the only ones that can pull something like this against someone like Apple. Like, that's the thing. It's not really a David versus Goliath situation, as Epic would paint it. Epic are plenty huge on their own. They've got a lot of money behind them. So, yeah.
I think they did it at the right time as well.
Yes. Oh, they definitely knew exactly what they were doing. Srenna, we were talking about
they
this.
came out with that commercial pretty quick.
Exactly. I was just about to say. I was like, we were talking about
10
this.
minutes.
Yes, they literally, seemingly put together that commercial within 2 seconds of their game being banned off the App Store. Like, yeah, they definitely. I guess what I was gonna say is they definitely walked Apple into a lawsuit. That's what they were doing. Yeah, it's just
definitely.
crazy
There's
that
something like that prepared. That takes a while to make a video. Like any content creator knows how much time and how much effort it takes to make a
It
really
was a
nice
good
video. So
too.
to do
Yes.
something like that and to be so ballsy like that, that's something that you gotta be walking the other party into.
100%.
Why are Google and Google Play Services not anywhere near as like in the media about this though? They're in the exact same boat. They've still got the in-app purchasing and
Well, I guess because Google don't really have that foothold hardware-wise, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Because the developer tools
It's
are
not
actually
as
old.
it's not as big as a platform, I would say, as the iOS store would be, which is where everyone wants their games to be, especially the third parties, which can't get onto iOS. And the only ones that can get onto any platform like that would be Google Play through their third party store.
Because like the big thing here is like the sticking point, and if you actually go through the specifics of the lawsuit that Epic have lodged against Apple, what they're actually talking to is Apple, monopolizing their hardware, and yeah, yikes! It's like. What they're saying is actually quite true. They're saying, okay, so Apple sell these computers and these devices to people, and and then they control, what people can consume on those devices. They're saying, okay, everything that you buy on an Apple device has to go through the App Store, or everything you download on an Apple device has to go through the App Store. And so, yeah, if there's going to be any form of transaction that exists on an Apple device, that is subject to the terms of the App Store. And it's like, from a developer point of view or an app developer point of view, if you want to access Apple's market of people who purchase their products, and a lot of people do, then yeah, you have to do what Apple says. And so yeah, it's definitely like market control and everything like that. And that's what they're fighting. Google plays a different game. They don't really, they do have devices, but they don't really work their market off selling devices. They obviously just have a completely different sort of approach to things. So Google aren't really a target for this from Epic. But yeah, here's what I really do want to sort of point out. We've got this example of, some people doing the wrong thing, I guess. And yeah, I do think it's the wrong thing. Taking a 30% hit off everything, like every in-app purchase or whatever that goes on your platform is absolutely fucking nuts. Nintendo do not do this. Nintendo actually have a really fair approach to... And do you remember a few weeks ago, guys, we did actually uncover this in our podcast when we had Dow on. Nintendo actually haven't been embroiled in this, in spite of the fact that, you would think that there would be an opportunity for that. No, they charge just the standard rate, the same as what PlayStation, what PayPal, what everybody else charges, and it's like a negligible amount compared to, like what Apple and Google are taking out of things. So there's an example of, the right sort of things to do.
Definitely.
Of course. I mean, if they didn't take the 30% cut, if say they took a 12% or 15%, all the games that you buy would be so much cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, even that is a crazy amount. And that's what I mean. It's like, whoa, like, yeah. Anyway, so I thought I'd just call out a GG to Nintendo because I think they deserve it. They're like CDPR we were talking about last week. They're the good guys of the industry in a lot of ways. Obviously, there's some things Nintendo could do better, but hey, there's a lot of things we could all do better. Oh, we got a cuddle in chat. We got a cuddle in chat. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, guys. Let's bring it in. Bring it in. Big cuddles. Oh, that is firm. Branch, is that you?
Oh, I'm not sure, but it's nice and warm.
Yes. Well, it is.
interesting.
We're coming into spring here. It's spring here now, so you can feel that. Okay. All right. That was
Feel the love.
that was nice. That was nice. Oh boy, so much love, Raptor Nation. Thank you very much. So that's where that's at, guys. I'm keen to see where that goes. As you mentioned, Branch, that is all going down towards the end of the month. There's another court date, so we'll see what happens then. Let's move on to console gaming. I've touched on it like a few times now. I've been like, oh, console gaming. Let's actually talk about it. So we've got updates on Xbox. We've got updates on PlayStation 5. What do you guys want to start with? Xbox? Let's start with Xbox.
Sure, let's start with Xbox.
Making big moves.
Huge moves. So Xbox so of course we can't just talk about the new Xbox like there's one console anymore. We know we've got the X and the S. So the Xbox Series X and the S, we knew that Game Pass was coming to them, but it's not going to be what we see now with the Game Pass, guys. There's been, I guess you could say, some changes. Does either of you want to take us through what those changes are?
Sure. So they've added EA Play to the Xbox Game Pass. There's actually quite a few things with the Xbox S versus the actual Xbox itself. Just like a quick overview of just the whole system itself. Pretty much price-wise, they're reaching for like a $300 price point for a digital version of a more cheaper version, I would say, more like a light version of the Xbox. So basically, you would get Xbox All Access for 4 years. Xbox Access for 2 years, plus Game Pass Ultimate together. Next-gen frame rates up to 120 FPS, which means the games will look a lot smoother, especially if you don't have a 4K TV, because the Xbox X, you need more so that 4K TV to put those resolutions out there, and a lot of people don't have that 4K HD ability. They just have like a normal TV. So for them, that's going to work perfectly for them. Plus, they have that price point, and then they can download things digitally, not have to worry about the discs themselves. On top of that, it has Velocity Architecture, which is a custom SSD. There's quite a few features. It's digital 1140 p at up to 120 FPS, DirectX ray tracing, variable rate shading, variable refresh rate, ultra low latency, custom 512 GB SSD, 4K streaming media playback, and 4K upscaling for gaming.
Yes, and Harlot in chat has just raised something that I was going to say anyway. And I imagine if Daldaros was here or somewhere right now, he would be saying the same thing. You do need a 4K TV to take advantage of the visual the side of things, hardware-wise. And that's always a big caveat that comes with console gaming, right? Is you actually need the display to support what the hardware can do for you. You're not sure whether to trade in. You're still. Yeah, right. I don't know, Harlot. That's an interesting sort of take. Yes, everything that you referenced there is super pog. Branch, did you have anything to add to what Srenna's just sort of?
I haven't actually seen the full specs of it, but did you say it's got a 512 gig SSD as standard?
Yeah,
That was-
512 gigabytes SSD.
Now, don't get me wrong, that's huge. But just Modern Warfare, which is currently, I guess you could call it last gen, even though it's still
Sure.
present. That's like, what is that, 120 gig now?
Yep.
That's over a fifth of your hard drive gone. And surely games going forwards, they're only going to get bigger. So that's
Yeah.
got to be at some point either
Oh, yeah.
expandable or another model or something.
Well, we saw this with the Xbox 360.
Yes.
trying. I agree with you. It definitely sort of makes it an unenviable purchase to go with the S, right? When you think about that. But we saw this with the Xbox 360 release. Like Microsoft haven't, like they've done this before. You had the Xbox 360 Core, which had the
Yes.
exact same fucking problem with it. There was no storage on the actual console. You had to get like a hard drive or something. Yeah. If you really wanted to sort of hone in on that Xbox 360 experience, you had to shell out and get like the full console. And for what it was, that gen, I take nothing away from the Xbox 360. It was actually excellent, and the games on it, the exclusives were absolutely fucking nuts.
It was fantastic. I mean, I've seen a lot of comments online about like you can get the 120 FPS and you can do this, that, and the other. PC gaming master race, all that stupid argument. But we don't want to get into that. But what I'm saying is, you can get that now on a console that you will pay less for than you can pay just on a graphics card to get that.
Yes.
So a PC, just a low end one is very low end is going to be like $300 minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but most of them, 1,500 easily upwards. You're paying 300-400 for a console that does it all, doesn't have the crashes, that usually doesn't have the crashes, the updates, the millions of things that are caused by user doing something wrong. You plug it in, it works, it's done, and it's so much cheaper.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a PC gamer primarily, but it's fantastic that I expected the price for even the lowest version to be like 500-600.
Absolutely, yeah. I was way higher than that. Yeah, I know the budget was always going to be the budget. I'm always going to focus on the big boy, so to speak. So the X, I was expecting the X to come in around the $1,000 mark. To be honest with you. That's so obviously for it to come in where it has. Yeah, I don't know. And it's not just me. I think for a lot of people, that's going to be a winning sort of price tag, because everybody already had like lofty estimates in mind, just based on everything that was announced in terms of the hardware going into these consoles. And, because for the very benefits that you've mentioned there, when you talk about, the cost of a PC and a decent gaming PC, right? Compared to that, yeah, you would still be better off spending $1,000 on an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 because you're getting the same hardware out of it in terms of, gaming performance and everything like that. Yeah, because like I said, those like a PC that can match what these things are packing, you're easily going to spend two grand easily. Putting it all, even if you build it, like on components and everything like that. What I will say is this, and I can't believe that I'm the one making this argument here, but here we are. You're the PC gamer, complementing console gaming and this next gen of consoles and the efficacy of it. As a console gamer, I'm going to say this. You spend what you spend on a PC, right? And you might have done that 2 console generations ago. And aside from maybe updating a couple of components to keep, your specs current and able to run games, you haven't had to buy a new PC yet. You're still going good. And a lot of people can say that. And that's really my point here. Sure, maybe you spend $2 grand on a good gaming PC or building a good gaming PC. You will still have that PC probably for another 2 console generations, while everyone else is buying a PlayStation 5 now, probably just finished buying a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox or whatever it might be, and then they go on and buy a PlayStation 6 later on in life. You're still using your PC. And here's the thing, you don't need to worry about exclusives on PC because you can access the Microsoft games, like, all of the Xbox and everything are there through Game Pass and everything like that on PC. And also, PlayStation, they have a thing called PlayStation Now. So you can obviously, access PlayStation exclusives and everything like that through PlayStation Now on PC.
Yes.
So,
No, it's a brilliant argument. I didn't think of it that way. That is a really, really good argument for it.
Okay, Bester, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate you. Damn. It's absolutely, yeah. I as I said, I can't believe I'm the one making this argument, but it's always a thing that does bug me with console gaming, guys. Is like I seemingly have to buy both anyway if I want to play the games I want to play. Yeah, I'm a PlayStation gamer. Sony, thank you so much for the PlayStation. Thank you so much for everything you do for me in the stream. But there are certainly games previous generations where I've had to go out and buy an Xbox just because I've wanted to play those games. The epitome of those is Halo, right? Don't need to worry about this this generation because we're not getting Halo for fucking ever. After they've released an updated, console probably. So, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to worry about it this gen. But, yeah, that's always been the problem. Yeah, cheers. Hey. Man, PC gamers have it great. Yeah, PlayStation Now, which is going to be great this upcoming gen if you're a PC gamer because those PlayStation exclusives look absolutely pog. But also, yeah, if you want to go back and play things like Halo and the old Halo games, like the ones that we cherish. Like, I still love Reach to this day. I know I've sat in this podcast and I've dissed Halo Infinite because the graphics look like I'm watching someone play Halo Reach. But Halo Reach is, how many years old now? Still love Halo Reach. I would go in and play the campaign of Halo Reach again, now, if, my Xbox 360 didn't die from the red ring of death. That's how much I love that game. Yeah. But I mean that's what I was across in terms of the Xbox side of things. Yeah, obviously huge overhaul to the Games Pass. Was there anything that we're missing before we move on to the PlayStation side of things, which I just know I'm going to drag us into?
Not strictly Xbox, but there's been a slight overhaul with Games Pass coming out of the beta on PC. So that leaving the beta, and it's been like half price it's been in beta for just over a year. So it's going from like $3.99 to $9.99 a month. Still not a bad price for what you get at all. You get so many games, so many upcoming things. But that's the only real other thing that they've changing at the minute, it seems to be.
100%. And I just want to cross to a point in chat here. Short Sleeve, everyone's favorite mod, has made a very, very good point here. So he's talking about, yes, consoles don't last long in terms of, relevancy and, where games go and technological development. He's talked about Nintendo. So, yes, you've got a Switch. You've had one for about a year. They're already, yes. What I will say about this, Nintendo consoles have just a scary longevity to them. I still have a Nintendo Wii laying around here. And yeah, I haven't played it recently, fair, but I was playing my Nintendo Wii when the Switch was out still. That's, yeah. And, how old is a Nintendo Wii? It's over 10 years old now. Surely.
Oh, yeah.
There was one console that did awful for Nintendo. I can't even think what it was called. Not so long back.
Was it?
It was like a handheld one. It was before the Switch. It was just after the Wii.
Oh, the Wii U.
Was that the Wii U? It was just
yes.
a big...
Yeah, it wasn't so great.
I saw nothing come of that.
It hooked up to the Wii and everything.
Well, that was the thing. It just sort of wedged in between the Wii. The Wii was massive, right? And the Switch.
Yeah, definitely.
And so everyone just sort of ignored the fact that the Wii U happened. And Nintendo have been able
There were so many issues with that game. I mean, with the
Yes.
console itself, because I know a lot of people like Skylanders. The Skylander figures didn't end up working at some point, and then they had like some Marvel game, some Disney game, and then those characters didn't work with it, and there were like little pieces you had to put on like a little portal and it connected to it. So a lot of people had issues with that, and so because of all of that, it all went downhill for them.
Yeah,
Didn't
what you're
work
talking
out.
about is Disney Infinity.
Yes,
That's
that's
it, yeah.
Yes, retailers caught onto that. I know this. I don't have any kids myself, but I have nephews and nieces, and I remember one Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. Me and apparently my entire family were all PlayStation gamers. So I was gonna spoil my nephews and nieces. I went out and bought them the Disney Infinity platform thing. And yes, the problems with the Wii U version of the Disney Infinity were at a stage where retailers had caught on, and they were charging you so much more for the Sony PlayStation version of Disney Infinity compared to and the Xbox One too. It's not just PlayStation, but the Xbox One as well compared to the Nintendo Wii U one. It was like half as much if you got it on the Wii U because of the problems that existed. It's absolutely nuts. Sassy Winterfox, how you doing, girl? Oh, thank you, Short Sleeve. Thank you for getting the shout out for Sassy. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, damn. But aside from the Wii U, like yeah, you can look at any hardware developer and go, okay, well that was a shit one. But yeah, I guess think about it. There are people out there that still have a Nintendo 64. Exactly. I only need to go on to Instagram right now, and I tell you what, it's not hard to find somebody that is showing off their Nintendo 64 and all of the Nintendo 64 games they have. It's retro, it's great. But the thing is, you can still play games on a Nintendo 64. That's a thing. It's a cool thing to have. And it's just something that Nintendo... I mean, even the SNES... if anybody has a SNES, they flex that. It's the same sort of deal with like a Wii, I guess. If you still have a Wii and you use it, like it's like it's fun. You can still have fun playing Wii, whether you're playing like Mario Kart or fucking Wii Sports or whatever. Mario Tennis, like those classic sort of games that you played on the Wii. Like they're still fun to play. It's weird. You don't have that longevity necessarily unless you're really a hardcore gamer on the other consoles. So I just found that an interesting point in chat that Short Sleeve, you mentioned your Switch. I think that Switch gaming is probably going to go the same way, to be honest with you. I think that in 10 years' time, there's going to be people, there's definitely going to be people that are holding on to their Nintendo Switch because it's pretty fucking hard to get your hands on one at the moment. So they're going to be holding on to it, but also it's going to be cool. It's going to be retro as fuck, like compared to whatever it is that exists in 10 years' time, but it's going to be awesome to have a Switch 10 years from now. And that is not at all a bold prediction.
No. There's 15 or more years ago since we had Game Boys, and they are still huge.
Oh man, I'm the coolest kid in town for having this bad boy. You
have a Game Boy Color.
I have a Game Boy Color. That is how old I am. Yes.
There's not even a game pack in that, Coop. You're fibbing to us.
Hey?
Yeah, I know. You gotta put some Pokemon or something
There's no game pack in there.
Well, I haven't been playing it. So there's a little... I don't know if you know much about Game Boy Color games, but there's a little battery in the game. And it only lasts a certain number of years, and then the battery dies, and then you lose your save file. So all of my Pokemon are dead, is what I'm telling you guys.
You can actually get those replaced.
Yeah, you can replace them.
Yes, I know
the
that.
little triangle thing off the back.
Yes,
you
I know.
can get it online.
Yes, I absolutely know. It's a really, really rough personal subject for me. I had a lot of attachment to those Pokemon. Am I at a stage where I can replace them? I don't know. It's kind of like, that old cat that you have or that old dog that you have, and then, it finally goes. and you know, someone's like, oh, you should get a puppy. Like, yeah, that's where I'm at here with this. I'm not coping
You
well
need to
with it.
frame that cartridge.
Frame this cartridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy, does anyone know a framer? Let's get that happening. Yeah, I've got two. I've actually got gold and silver. There you go.
Or
Flexing.
That's a really nice collection you got going on.
I'm not collecting that. That's literally 8-year-old Coop. That's 20 years ago. I got those, like all three of those things for my birthday. Literally 20 years ago. Wow. Yes, Pokemon Crystal and
Those go for
Silver.
a lot. So
Sorry.
those games themselves go for a lot. They can go for anywhere from $60 to $80.
You know, that's probably what you paid for them back at the time. Nintendo games aren't cheap, as we know. But anyway, I'm not here to flex. I was just pointing out the fact that, yeah, I've got something cool that's Nintendo. So that's that, guy. So let's talk about the PlayStation 5. Because, I don't know, that update is actually, I don't know, it's not all that exciting, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we were just talking about the Xbox. We now know everything that we were speculating on in terms of, you know, price, in terms of, yeah, them having the low cost console versus the like, you know, the real thing.
Yep.
To be fair, we only really got that information thanks to leaks. I'm not sure if Microsoft, you know, would have actually sort of shown their hand when they have, if not for the leaks. But it has actually really helped them. There's a lot more people now talking about this, you know, the upcoming Xbox release. And things are looking more positively on them because in spite of the fact that they have shown their hand, they've showed, here are our consoles, this is what they can do, and this is how much they cost. We've heard nothing from PlayStation, price-wise.
No.
We know what's coming in terms of specs and things like that, and we know that we're getting a PlayStation 5, which is a digital-only version of the console, which is going to be slightly cheaper. So yeah, that side of things is fine, but yeah, what I guess everybody is saying right now on Twitter and Twitch and just everywhere down the street, I swear there was this old woman. She just walked out of the local bingo and she said, "Coop, how much are they charging for the PlayStation 5?" And I said, "Whoa, you know what a PlayStation is?" No, but that didn't actually happen. But the point is, everybody is asking this question. How much is the PlayStation 5 going to cost us?
Well, from speculation, from things that I've heard, I heard it's going to be right around the same price point as basically Xbox for the digital and the actual console itself. So around that $399 to $499 price point.
If they do, it makes it much more viable for not every family, but a lot of families to potentially have one, not just one or the other. Like going forwards, if they're $200-$300, you could have both those consoles.
Oh yeah.
Here's what I think. I think that the PlayStation 5, like the full blown, like everything that you want, you get. I think that is going to be more expensive. And they're going to justify that. They're going to say that, okay, well, backwards compatibility. All of the PlayStation 4 games that you bought, guess what? They're going to play on your PlayStation 5. All of your old PlayStation 3 games, guess what? They're going to play on your PlayStation 5. Are you still holding on to PlayStation 2 games? Guess what? They're going to play on your PlayStation 5. And by some stretch, if you have your hands on a PlayStation 1 game, guess what? They're probably going to play on your PlayStation 5. So that alone, like, I'm not saying that they're right, actually, because to be honest with you, I've still got a PlayStation 3 laying around. I obviously still play off a PlayStation 4. Yeah, like, I'm good. I'm good. in that sense. But I think that is their approach. They're going to say, okay, you want our big, amazing console, then here it is. It's going to cost a little bit more, but guess what? It can do this. The budget console, so the digital only, I think they will actually match the Xbox S. I think they're gonna do it that way. They're gonna say, well, look, we'd rather that you went digital only anyway. So if that's where you're at, then here you go, spend not much on this version of the console. But if you want the whole package, then you can pay a little bit more.
One thing I forgot to really quickly touch on that I wanted to say when you were talking about Xbox, they have released a thing on their website. You can, when the new console drops, you can pay a small fee and then have monthly payments, and you can have the new console, even the full big one, and Games Pass Ultimate, or whatever they're going to rebrand it as. And once you've paid it off, it's yours. You can do it direct with Microsoft instead of all these like loan to buy kind of like places now. So you can have monthly payments and get a big expensive console if you're low income straight from the bat.
Yeah. It's absolutely...
That's actually one of the smartest things to do, actually,
Yes.
with everything going on right now and everyone's pockets don't have a lot of money right now. That's actually one of the smartest things to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is smart. It absolutely is smart. What we don't have confirmation of, but what I expect to see sort of show up in the next couple of months before launch is an expansion on PlayStation Now. I think that they will build off that. They will actually... I don't actually have any confirmation of this, but what I foresee happening, let's say, is PlayStation Now will more or less take over from PlayStation Plus on the console. And yeah, instead of having your free PlayStation Plus games, you'll have PlayStation Now access and everything like that. So yeah, I foresee them. And why would they do that? Well, so that they can really eat in and just copy the Xbox Game Pass model that, we've been speculating on for a while that they would do. I still believe very strongly that that's going to happen, guys. Anyone disagree with that?
No, I can see it going that way. I mean, to be fair, their controller does look very similar to the Xbox controller itself.
Oh, man.
That's caused controversy in itself, hasn't it?
Is it controversial, though? I have to admit, I love the PlayStation controller. There's a certain nostalgia to it that just sort of triggers something in me. But from a game performance standpoint, where the sticks sit on an Xbox controller is better. It is, performance-wise, it is better. Yep. And yes, sponsored streamer right here, but I will point out, on a Razer Raiju controller, which is, hands down, nobody can dispute this, the best console controller in PlayStation gaming, at the very least, right? On a Razer Raiju, guess what? The sticks are positioned exactly like an Xbox controller. They're not down here. There's one up here. There's one down here. So it only ever made sense that the PlayStation 5 controller would actually copy the format of the Xbox controller. I think they've stuck to the nostalgia for long enough. It makes sense that they would actually sort of hone in and go, okay, well, this is what gamers want. So it was a smart move. Were they copying? Absolutely. But as we've said before on this podcast, Sony don't care if they're copying someone as long as they do it better. And maybe they will. They've
gone head-to-head so many times. I mean, we remember seeing the PS4 and the Xbox One go head-to-head, and we saw how that turned out with Xbox. When the first wave of Xbox Ones came out, I should say.
100%. What is actually really, what we're talking about the controller, guys, quickly, there is some tech going into that controller. And on the topic of Sony doing things better, the PlayStation 5 controller is supposedly going to have some technology in it that allows it to recognize who's holding it. Y'all know anything about that?
There's so much I want to say on this. Unfortunately, I don't have much time, but there's several things. Firstly, it's supposed to be so able to recognize your fingertips, your grip, all that kind of thing, that it will eliminate signing into a console. If your friend or partner, whatever, picks up a second controller to join, and there's not many couch co-op games anymore, it will automatically sign them in, throw them into the game, exactly what you want. But the fact that they've got haptic force feedback, they've got the automatic resistance triggers that adjust how sensitive they are. You don't even have to do it. Depending on, say, you pick a different gun up, the trigger will get more intense and more relaxed. And the amount of tech that has been released to say is in a PS5 controller-wise only, blows the Xbox out of the water.
100%.
Oh yeah, the controller's so much better. They have like I don't know if you saw, but they had that it's like sound. They have a certain sound thing at the bottom that comes through, and the sound is just so clear. Like there's a guy playing a certain game on, I forget which game it was. It was like a little robot game, and some guy was testing it out, showing people the controller, like telling them, like when you, like say you go to feel sand, you'll know what it feels like to feel the sand. For example, you'll be able to feel when you're driving a car. You'll be able to feel those differences through the controller itself. Not only that, like he said, it has adaptive triggers for the L2 and R2, built-in microphone and integrated speaker, haptic feedback, USB port, motion sensors, headphone jack, dual sense, and it's a wireless controller as well. So there's a lot of things that they put into this that definitely trumps a lot of the other controllers out there. It's one of the more advanced controllers, and I'm very interested to like get my hands on one at some point and test it out for myself, just because of how advanced this thing is, how crazy it is.
It's absolutely nuts. I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday, actually, and I hate to keep on coming back to the sponsor, but yeah, the Razer Raiju, we were talking about it, and we were talking about where Razer might go with, you know, obviously updating their controllers for the next gen with PlayStation and things like that. And yeah, it's absolutely, it's not even just Razer, like Logitech, you know, Corsair, like all those sorts of guys, you know, everyone that sort of makes what you would call aftermarket products for these consoles. It's absolutely crazy to try and, you know, work out where they're going to go with their tech, because obviously they sell their products on them being better than the stock version that you get with the console. What you get with this console, with the PlayStation 5 controller, is absolutely fucking pog. It's nuts. So it's like, okay, how do these other companies that, you know, provide these aftermarket products sort of top that? It's going to be exciting to see. I guess they're probably in the same boat as you, Srenna. They'd be like, well, I need to get my hands on one and test it out. Go from there, I guess.
Definitely. That's the only way to see like how they went about doing it. I mean, you can see people play, but the only way for you to fully understand it is to actually have one in your hands, actually test it out for yourself.
So if you're using a PlayStation 4 right now, and I imagine an Xbox One is similar, I don't know because I never got one. But yeah, so if you're using a PlayStation 4 with the camera and everything, it actually recognizes your face when you sit down. So when you turn it on, you actually do need to be holding the controller, because it won't log you in till it's got your face with the controller, like, and it recognizes the controller and your face.
Right.
And I thought that was some next level shit. I'm like, damn, because, you know, sometimes, because obviously my PlayStation is, you know, programmed for me. Sometimes, yeah, you know, we'll be meaning to watch some Netflix or something, and we'll be on that television, so that's where the PlayStation is. And Mrs. Velociraptor will fire it up, you know, while I'm, you know, doing God knows what. And she won't be able to get in because the PlayStation literally won't let her. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, imagine...
That sounds like some next level security right there on PlayStation's end.
Imagine it. But imagine, you know, so at the same token, like, yeah, as I said, I'm the main account on the PlayStation, right? Imagine, you know, you sharing a PlayStation with family members, like for yourself, Srenna, with, you know, with Hauga. If you guys were playing on a PlayStation, you were sharing it because why would you buy two PlayStation 5s, right? And
Right.
then you had, the controller. Like literally, as soon as you hold the controller, the PlayStation knows, okay, Srenna's playing, and then logs you into your account. And then when Hogger picks up the controller, logs you into his account. So
I honestly like that idea.
imagine that.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to go through the process of turning it on, going through, signing in, going through that whole process, waiting for it. No, it just boots right up. It goes right into whatever you want to do. And I heard that the controller has like actually a very nice weight to it, and it looks like they're going for comfort this time over the nostalgia, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is, as I said, a smart move. Yes, the play and sorry, if you're watching this on YouTube, you've got no fucking idea what I'm on about because you can't see it on the screen. On the Twitch channel, there was just a poll. So, it looks like only one person voted for it, but the PlayStation controller won the controller poll. So hey, and that's
Yep.
absolutely fucking true. Easily the best controller out of those two. But yeah.
Oh, definitely. I love the way it looks. I love how much like technology they actually put into one because we've never seen a controller this advanced, other than like you said, Razer would be one of the more advanced ones. But with PlayStation coming out with like that headphone jack and then being wireless and having the speaker, which is very nice and very creative and inventive, to have that speaker be playing the game so you can hear everything crystal clear, you know? So when you're walking, it sounds like you're actually there walking throughout the game. Or like going through sand, you hear the different changes in the different aspects of what you're doing.
Easily. Like I'm excited to see these things when they come out. So we got a release date. It was in November, I think, for the Xbox. I have to imagine that it's going to be the same for the PlayStation, though. Again, Sony haven't said anything. They haven't said when we're going to see the PlayStation 5, and they haven't said how much it's going to cost yet.
I feel like they would drop it a little bit last minute, if anything.
Yeah, generate that
just
hype.
To keep up with Xbox, just because Xbox is coming out, if PlayStation doesn't release their high-end console within the same time frame as Xbox, more people might go towards the Xbox just to check it out to see what they actually have going on. Because I know they have their whole system going on, and I heard the Xbox is supposed to be like a giant computer pretty much, so that's going to get a lot of people's interest, especially with like the price point. That's a pretty good price point to go ahead and get a system like that, whether it's the X, which has everything, the 4K, all the stuff you want, or the Xbox S, which is a much more affordable light version of the Xbox X.
100%. And don't forget, this is something that people again, you need the actual display to really be able to take advantage of this. But the Xbox S is actually 4K capable. Will it run all that well? Probably not. But it is actually 4K capable, which blows my fucking mind, actually. For how much you don't pay for this. But yeah. Here's what I think will actually happen, because I think from a marketing standpoint, from a business perspective, it is a smarter move to make, right? So Xbox, they have their launch date, they have their price, everyone knows what it is, and they know what they need to pay for it. I don't think that was by design, though. I don't think that they wanted to do things this way. They've just kind of had to ride that wave because the leaks pushed them to. Here's the thing. PlayStation can absolutely stay silent on this. That's right. For YouTube viewers.
Redeeming the glasses?
Yeah, my Twitch, who was it? It was Short Sleeve. Somebody in my Twitch in my Twitch channel just redeemed some points for some sunglass action. So here we go. Here we are. But for PlayStation, what you want to do, you want to wait till like probably about a month out from launch, and then tell everybody, hey, yes, we are releasing, on this date in November, and hey, guess what? It's actually going to be slightly cheaper than the Xbox.
I mean, they
And then
very well
boom.
could do that too. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I thought they could either match it, they could go lower and get the sales, and make it back through games and everything like that, or they could go a little bit more expensive with the whole thing, just because of the system itself, the controller, all the other accessories, which people don't really know what the price point is of the controller. They don't really know what the price point is of the system. They don't know any of the stuff yet.
Mm-hmm. And see, Sony no. Like, honestly, Sony could have launched the PlayStation 5 a few months ago after they announced their exclusives. And everybody would have gone and bought a PlayStation 5. They seriously could have. And that's the thing. They really do have and they could have done it again after 343 announced that Halo Infinite wouldn't be here until next year.
Oh, that would have been a perfect time to drop that,
Yeah,
especially with the Halo announcement.
That's what I mean. They've had so many like massive shells drop on Xbox where they could have capitalized on it and they didn't. So now they're in a position where they do have to generate their own hype. But the good thing is they are still in that strong position. They have the better exclusive lineup. And that really is a drawing point for console gamers. PC gamers don't need to worry about it. Console gamers do.
Right.
Here's what you do. Yeah, you make sure that you make these announcements and you give out this information close to when you're actually going to give out the console. Make sure that you're selling these things to everybody at the same time you're getting them hyped up about it. Because what you don't want to do is sort of, like announce it now and then have everybody waiting and speculating in the meantime.
Right, of course. To be honest with you, since I've seen the Xbox and the PlayStation, like right now I currently own an Xbox, and he wants an Xbox X. I personally want a PS5 because I like the way it looks. I like the whole controller, the whole setup. So, I mean, PlayStation doesn't really have to release too much, but for me as a gamer, I kind of want to go PS5 route.
Yeah, that's definitely where I'm at. As I pointed out, like the only reason currently why, well, actually, there's two reasons. There are two games actually. There's two games that I would buy an Xbox for: Halo Infinite and Avowed. Now, would I buy an entire console just to play Avowed? No, I wouldn't. Not at this point. If Avowed was out and Halo Infinite were out, then I'd be strongly considering, paying the small price for an Xbox Series S. Yeah. I'd be considering it. But guess what? Halo Infinite is not out. And as I speculated before, I would say that by the time we do get Halo Infinite, it'll probably release with an updated version of the hardware, similar to what Xbox did with the Series. What was it called? I can't even remember now. But Xbox released the Xbox One X. That's what it was. Yeah. So they had the Xbox One, and it was atrocious. And then they had an updated version of the hardware, which was actually what they should have released at launch, and that was the One X. So yeah, I think we'll get a similar sort of situation with Halo Infinite. What will the updated hardware look like? I've got no idea. Maybe just a larger hard drive, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, of course. Either way, I believe that Bethesda will be I saw someone mention Skyrim in chat here. So Bethesda will keep all of their games, I believe, cross-platform. But as we know, there will be exclusivity to things like DLC. You might see the Microsoft audience get DLC sooner than the Sony audience, or vice versa. We'll just see where that all goes, but we don't know where it's rolling at the moment. Of course, a little bit of wait still. I would expect Skyfall to drop next year. That's my prediction. We'll see Skyfall next year. And ES6.
Seems like they're postponing a lot of those games until next year. Seems like they don't have it down as much as they thought they did.
Well, Bethesda had a lot of work to do with just the engine side of things. So Yeah. Anyway, the PS4 controller is easier to hold, in your opinion? Yes, yes, yes. Not a fan of the. What does that say? Got like a million things open. Buttons and a big controller on the Xbox, but you can appreciate the work and you can see other people can enjoy it. Personally, not for you. Yeah, the Xbox controller isn't perfect. From a pure gaming performance standpoint, like if you're actually like trying to win a game, yeah, you're better off on the sticks and everything. And actually, the PlayStation triggers are fine now. They never used to be. But yeah, Xbox have really had that down pat a little bit more controller wise. But yeah, as I said, the PlayStation 5 controller looks excellent. I'm very keen to get my hands on one when it does drop. All the same. But anyway, well, I think that's a wrap, Srenna. What do you think? Got anything further to add?
I think we pretty much covered it. Because like you said, there's not really much to go off of PlayStation other than what you hear and what people are speculating about right now.
Yeah, 100%. So, well, thank you very much for joining us today, Srenna. Can I get a short sleeve? Can I please get a shout out in chat for EGN Srenna? Absolutely legendary content creator. I can't even just call you a streamer anymore because you do so much more than that. But yeah, when can we expect you to be online next, girl?
In the next couple of days, I should say, after I get a couple things done and taken care of. Definitely in the next couple of days.
Very nice. Well, thanks again for joining us. And guys, you would have noticed Branch had ducked out a few minutes ago. He had to get along. He had some things on. That's all good. Loved having Branch on as well. Branch, if you see this somehow, my dude. Really appreciate that guy as well. Make sure you go and check that guy too. Short sleeve, can I please get a shout out for Branch as well in chat? Go and follow both of these people if you don't already. And yes, absolutely, short sleeve. Srenna is just an amazing friend. As a guy, I can say you are just a terrific human being, Srenna. Absolutely appreciate you and everything you do. And hey, I will catch up with you in about a week. Well, I'll catch up with you sooner than that. But yeah, I'll catch up with you on stream in about a week. Girl, we will catch you. Yeah, we'll work out things podcast-wise. In the meantime, you stay cool. And
thank you.
Again,
thank you for having me on again.
Always, fam. I can't not have you on sometimes. Like seriously, like you're just absolutely amazing. Love your energy, love your vibes, and oh shit, like you know, just like so much stuff that I don't. It's great. So I'm gonna jump out and let you go. Thank you so much. Guys, what a time. What a motherfucking time. What's this in chat? This dude could solve problems by punching them. That's true. That's true. I can think of a few problems I'd like to solve by punching them. 100%. Care Best Hair, thank you so much for the bits. Holy shit, look at you. Look at you. Go, I'm trying to wrap up. Damn. Also, I saw a follow. I'm really sorry. I suck with these podcasts, guys. Yeah, I don't get to acknowledge things in chat as much as I would like to. Y'all been really talkative today. It's great. You're not a problem. No. Why would I say that you were a problem? Damn. No. Your boy Nildo. I hope I said that right. That was like 24 minutes ago. Thank you so much for the follow. Damn. Whoa. Yes, he did. Yes, I just acknowledged that. You'll be on a delay, short sleeve. You're okay. Your panties just hit the floor. Oh, chat, calm down. Y'all need to calm down, all right? Okay, so I have, again, I want to reiterate, guys. I said this at the start of stream, but in case you've jumped in since then, looks like quite a few people have. So I am on vacation from tomorrow, gang. I am on vacation from tomorrow. Yikes. So I won't be on again Tuesday, and I won't be on again Thursday. I will be back again. Well, at the very least, I will be back in for this here podcast again on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If I'm able to jump in and stream on Saturday, then maybe I can do that. Short sleeve, yeah, you can absolutely come. Guys, don't worry, I'm not like disconnecting. I'm just not going to be able to stream. I think I've been telling you guys over the past couple of weeks, I'm just taking some time away, gonna go to an island and just hang out, vibe, do all those fun things, relax, chill. I'll be all over Instagram and Twitter. Don't even worry about it. Make sure you're following me on those things and you'll be able to keep up, okay? Yeah, seriously. In the meantime, there are some amazing streamers that you can, watch while I'm not online. Believe you and me. The two people that have joined me today, absolutely amazing. Make sure you catch them when they're online next. Go and follow their channels. Another dude that I've just saw in chat that I do want to shout out. Again, it's this guy. I've been missing you, Henzo. I'm glad that you're back on. I really am. Henzo the Weirdo. Go and check this guy out. He's streaming tonight sometime, I think. So, yeah, catch his stream. Guy is an absolute legend. He's got some, this is what I'll say. He's actually got some real stream production going on that I envy. Yeah, like the graphics and everything, the production quality of his stream, that's something that I as a streamer have appreciation of. Let me tell you, this guy really puts on a show. Like, it's absolutely amazing. So make sure you do go and check out Henzo if he is on tonight. He's playing some Resident Evil. Yep. Okay. Grab some popcorn. Maybe get a few drinks in, get that liquid courage going. But, oh man, always my guy. You're one of my people. Seriously. Pounce, she's not here right now. I don't know where she is, guys. Really, I don't. She went to the vet this week, actually. She seems to be okay. She's fine. She just, yeah, I don't know, just getting checked out or whatever. Kylo, yeah, Kylo's hanging out with Mrs. Velociraptor right now, who I'm going to go join. Let's just find somebody to raid first. Is there someone online that we want to hang out with? Anybody online right now that we want to hang out with? Let's see. Y'all got any suggestions in chat? Oh, is Game on Oz on? Are they? Let's see. Who's in there? Like, who's actually hosting it? They're playing. Oh yes, okay. They're playing Escape from Tarkov. Okay, let's give some love to Game on Oz. Why not? Because why not, guys? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's. Yeah. Yep. I know who Game on Oz is, guys. Don't worry. I wasn't born under a rock. That's cool. Okay. YouTube audience, you've probably got no fucking idea what we're on about. That's fine. We're just sending the Twitch viewers somewhere. Guys, again, I want to thank you all for hanging out. Really, I appreciate the interaction in chat. You guys have been going nuts. Just because I haven't responded to something doesn't mean I didn't read it. So, yeah, if you did have a question that I didn't get to answer, please jump in the Discord and ask it in there. I will, because I won't remember it now. A lot of support, I would call it, in chat. Thank you guys so much. You make me smile. Sometimes you need to calm down a bit, but it's fine. Yeah, anyway. Guys, really, this is absolutely amazing. I'm going to miss you while I'm away, but don't worry. As I said, I'll be on my socials. We'll have some, I'll be having some fun on my island and everything like that. In the meantime, I want you guys to remember something. Two things, really. One is this. You matter, okay? You matter. As always, I've got no fucking idea what's going on with you, who you're around, but all you need to know is this. If you are watching this right now, you matter to me, okay? You really, really do. I'm not joking. Yeah, it means everything to me to have this community, have these viewers, have you guys all vibing out, just, having a great time. Really, it does. You matter. Seriously. don't ever think that you don't, because at the very least, yes, short sleeve, absolutely, you do matter. 100%. And one other thing, guess what? You add value to other people's lives. Doesn't matter. You might not have got out of bed today. You might be watching this on your laptop, on your phone. I don't give a fuck, all right? Guess what? You do add value to other people's lives. If you're here watching this right now, I can at the very least tell you this. You have added value to my life, and I really, really appreciate it. Don't ever try and, tell yourself otherwise. No, I'm not dancing for you. I'm leaving. Maybe I'll dance when I get back. We'll see. We'll see if I remember. But in the meantime, guys, as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you like the video, like it. If you want to, if you don't, then that's fine too. If you want to subscribe. If you don't, again, totally fine. Appreciate you getting to this point. We can't have been too bad if you have. But as always, let's go and raid Game on Oz. And guys, my name is Coop. You call me the Velociraptor. Peace. Let's go. Say hello.